Okay, kind of making this video as a brief audio check. I know I got some problems with the audio of my videos, so comment if you can hear me. Anyway, someone told me in one of my comments that they are real Catholics, modern Catholics, and they believe everything that the early church taught. Okay, fine. Then they also said something else. That they believe that you do not need to believe in the real presence and the blessed sacrament to be saved, and that Protestants are brothers in Christ. Problem with that. Ignatius of Antioch, early church father, 1st century AD, early church, said that those who do not believe that the Eucharist is literally Jesus' flesh and blood, and I quote, incur death in the midst of their disputes, and it would be better for them to treat it with respect that they might rise again. St. Ignatius of Antioch, early church father, did not believe that belief in the real presence was an optional extra. So my question is, one, how can you say that you believe what the early church believed, all of it, when you clearly reject something that the early church did believe, namely that belief in real presence is a salvation issue? Two, how can you say that you're a real Catholic, considering that, by the way, this has been infallibly defined multiple times by the Catholic Church, that you must believe this and must believe in the Big C Catholic Church to be saved. Leo X's Papal Exsurge Domini. I got a lot of questions about how can you accept papal infallibility after Vatican II? The Pope says you're wrong. What about Leo X? What about all the popes prior to Vatican II? Well, the priest probably knows better than you. Does he? Serious question. I am interested, if you're a modern Catholic and disagree with me or a Protestant, comment down below. Perfectly happy to have any serious evidence-based discussion. If you do not have evidence-based discussion and saying, well, the priest probably knows better than you, want to prove it? Take my facts to him. In fact, I hope you challenge him with it. Take the facts I bring before you and ask him what he says. Also, and this is something that I want to address as well, based on my comments. My reason for rejecting the Mass of the modern parishes is not, I repeat, not chiefly because problems with the new rite in of itself. Don't get me wrong. I think they're a problem. I think the new Mass should be abolished. And that is an issue, I won't lie, but it is not my main concern. My main concern is people who make comments like I received in one of my videos I just mentioned. You don't need to believe in the real presence to be saved. Yes, you do. The early church taught that. The same passage, St. Ignatius of Antioch, letter to the Smyrnians, chapter 7. That same passage, which is used by mainline Catholics rightly to support the belief that transubstantiation was believed by the early church, also says that it was believed as a salvation issue. You must believe it. And Vatican II, not Vatican II, new Mass, not new Mass, fine. Those are all important discussions. But the fact of the matter is, if you do not believe that, you are not a Catholic. You do not positively believe what the early church believes. Why? Because you literally deny something that the early church believed and held out as a matter of faith. Namely, you must believe in the real presence to be saved. To anyone who's a modern Catholic, look up St. Ignatius of Antioch's letter. Look up St. Ignatius of Antioch's letter to the Smyrnians, chapter 7. I will post an exact quote down below in the link. And that's all I wanted to say today. This is just a brief video, largely because I wanted to address the audio to see if the audio is working. So, if you can hear me, comment down below. God bless, and go to an SSPX chapel.